let me cut the system off. I think the game needs fixed. The game ain't been the same.
Lelo Mello here. Or no, I just filled this water up. But we do got our water here filled up in the bucket. I'm gonna let this bubble a little bit. If you don't know, I use regular tap water. It generally comes in around a fairly balanced pH of a 7. So it does require either a little pH down or something acidic. I've been utilizing this More Bloom just because I got this big bottle of it and it's super acidic and it kind of works just like pH down. It doesn't need very much to get the water in line. And of course with tap water, it really wouldn't hurt to do it with any form of water that you use to water your plants, but especially tap water, I assume in most places, at least in the US where I'm at. Got these 2 aquarium air pumps with these hoses that attach to air cubes here. They pump fresh air into this bucket, which helps bubble out chlorine and dissolves oxygen in there, which the root zone likes. All right, and we're down here. Just got done looking at the 2x4. Then we come over here. I'm looking in here at the, dresser grow. Won't be flowering nothing in here, vegging. I just came in and did a little defoliation. I'll kind of show y'all. This leaf was about right here. So we'll see when I move it again. It kind of helps expose some of these bud sites in here to more light. Then we had another leaf back here. Pulled that off to help expose the rear end to more light. Then the rest of these larger fan leaves I'm going to continue to tuck down for now. And yeah, this is our Terpgasm that we did LST to. Still haven't topped her. Gonna let her continue to grow out. I might top her here in the future. Then of course we can move over to this scunch plant. She is looking amazing. All we gonna do with her is readjust some of these tie downs. It might be time, really. I might not do it right now because I ain't got much time. But eventually we're gonna untie where we tied it under this node and we're gonna move it up under this node right here. And that will help the top continue to stay down in the position we want it. But for now, I'm gonna just come in here and kind of bend them over with my hand. And we're gonna do that with all these tie downs, move them up a node. Something you're gonna have to do when you tie the plants down to continue to get them bent and LST'd in the way that is optimal. Of course, we can continue to push these stakes down into the dirt. Ooh, this is a tough plant, pulling the stake back out. And one last thing in here, over here, this plant was it's a blueberry OG. And when I initially popped the seed, it germinated and sprouted and all that good stuff. However, it's a weird thing. I should have got a video of it or a picture so I could have showed y'all. Maybe someone else has experienced something like this. Once it had kind of sprouted out of the ground, I don't know what happened, but it's like, I don't know, the stem got detached from the roots somehow. So it was literally just a stem with a couple leaves in here. And that's why it's been sitting in this corner. If y'all had seen it, it was just sitting in this corner with this dome on it. Initially, I just wanted to see how long it would take it to die. But it looks like it almost acted the same way a clone acts when you just cut a stem or a branch off. Obviously it ain't got no roots. However, with keeping this on and just coming in and occasionally misting around the base of it like this. Yo, y'all know Rello Mello Garden. Welcome on back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at our girls inside of our dresser grow. Y'all can see that. Real simple setup. Got our Skunch here by Dirty Bird Genetics and our Terpgasm here by Soulfire Gardens. Both looking pretty good. And today is day 35 of veg for both of these. As y'all know, we initially topped this Skunch. You can see down in there where we topped it, the 2 branches coming out. Then after 2 weeks of just letting it grow after topping, we started LSTing this Skunch with tie downs and staples. And this one, we did do a little bit of damage. Y'all see that little crack on the outside? I should really cover it up probably, but it will heal. You can see the plant, or this top is still alive. It's still curling itself up in there, so that lets you know it's fine. Undesirable, but it'll be good. Now, with this Terpgasm, all we have done so far is LST it. However, I think I am going to go ahead and give her a topping today. We're going to take off this top node of growth. Go ahead and let these lower branches catch up a little quicker. And I can probably apply a little LST to them if I top this main growth without this main growth taken way off ahead. Without topping, but it's a little slower, I believe, at least in my experience. This isn't the first time I've done strictly LST. And yeah, it just seems to be a little slower to me. But yeah, we could even grab a stake now and staple this down. Get this top off of the other one. Start staking all these down, really, since they've come out enough. And I think I will go ahead and do that. Again, especially since we just topped the main top, it won't be able to like leave these way behind. So, boom, just like that. Make sure I'm not covering the node, so that way the new tops of this one, LST, and we'll get those auxiliaries to bush out of there. Sort of like how these ones are starting to bush from this one. We'll do the same with the rest of these. Then we got this one in the back I need to get, plus this one. These ones closer in here aren't big enough for me to worry about just yet. All right, there it is, a nice topping for her, plus some more LST. And I think I'm about to pinch these 2 top leaves right here off. They're blocking bud sites, so there we go. More light exposure. Should see this bushing out real well here in a couple weeks. Pots it is, 6 gallons of soil total. That's what we've got in here. We are using some Sun Grow Black Gold. As you can see, be good for us. We are going to amend just a little bit of stuff in here. We got the Tomato Tone by Espoma. I think I'm gonna go with just a couple tablespoons, as well as some of the plant tone or biotone here. Plus we'll do, of course, always worm castings. All right, got a little spoon here. Just gonna come. There's one from the biotone. This stuff will really help get the soil activated. All these come with a good amount of microbial or fungal life. And there we go. I did 4 because I was really grabbing half instead of that. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little bit of bone meal in here as well. Again, from what I know right now, bone meal generally takes a while to really break down. And I'll go with the same amount. Then I might add a little bit more to the 5 gallons when we do transplant those. I'm gonna go with 3 tablespoons of the worm castings here. There we go. Now I'll come and show y'all some of this stuff. This is the Espoma Biotone. Where am I looking at? I want to come on to the side. There we go. I can see all those different forms of microbes and fungi that's in there. Also got some over here. Humic acids is good for this type of flowering plant. Yeah, we are gonna also whip up a compost tea, but they'll probably get that tomorrow or something. And we will be using, we're gonna start, I probably should have been and did it, but we're gonna start using this here Espoma organic tomato, little liquid food for the plant. The scunch and the terpgasm, we're gonna start using it every 2 to 4 weeks. Probably start using it on the outdoor grow as well, with the blueberry OG and GMO cookies. So we'll probably first introduce it tomorrow when I get the compost tea brewed up. Maybe I'll throw it in the tea, and yeah, it'll be ready. We've got this all mixed up thoroughly. Gonna fill these pots and move on with the transplant process. Right. Got these pots filled in. For the most part, we're gonna come over them a little bit with some in the top. But we just used the pot that the plants were already in and sort of dug out a hole that'll have them fitting in decent. So next thing we're gonna wanna do is get all our training material off. That way we don't accidentally damage the plant in this transitioning process. I think this one is good. This is our Terpgasm Soul Fire Gardens. Recently topped her finally, initially only LST as y'all know. I'm gonna come get this stuff off the skunk. I have to be a little more careful. Forgot that I tied this one down. So yeah, I'm gonna come untie everything and get the staples out. Same thing. All right, I've got all the training material off. So these will be good and ready to go. And I did forget a step. Usually I pre-moisten the soil before transplanting. I forgot to do that. So we'll just water them in decently and should still be fine. It might look a little ugly with me doing it with one hand, but process for getting the plants out should be simple, especially with these type of little pots here. You can just come right upside down with it, sort of shake it out. And there she is. Pretty decent roots on her. And Skunch is transplanted. Shake it off to get some of that dirt that would have fell on the bottom. And then we'll just come in and fill in around that little hole. Now we'll grab the Terpgasm, same thing. And when you come in, you do want to I kind of go just like this, so that way we're holding it in place still so we don't drop the root ball once it pops out. And we're right around the base of the stem where it goes into the soil. So same thing, flip, give it a little shake, and peel it right out of there. This one don't look as good as the scunch, but it's decent. We'll have to work on that. And there we go. Now again, both of them will just have to get filled in. And we've got soil right here to do that. And yeah, just gonna get that stuff filled in. All right, y'all, now we over here at the watering station. We've got this pH'd about a 6.5. Moving on. We'll come here, kind of aim towards the center where we transplanted it, where the roots are currently sitting at. Help them fill out that space, and then we'll start working our way out to the rest of the pot. And some of these lower leaves down there that are turning yellow, we're going to go ahead and take on off. All right, y'all, I hit them with about 24 ounces of water each, just focused on in the center where we kind of have the root ball sitting right now. We'll let it fill out that space, then work our way out around the rest of the pot. And I tried not to water them in too heavy because I do want it to dry back some so that I can do the compost tea tomorrow, and I don't want to give them 2 full waterings back to back. Alrighty, and we got a compost tea here that's about to get brewing. We're gonna take it to the air pumps. Did about a tablespoon of worm castings, a tablespoon of alfalfa meal, a tablespoon of this biotone, and there's about a tablespoon of molasses. And I think actually I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this here, espoma in here as well. All right, and as y'all can see, we got it sitting here on the bubbler. I got something that's just gonna kind of cover it. And we'll let this brew. I want to use it sometime tomorrow. Don't want to wait too late into the day. So somewhere between 16 and 20 hours, this will sit here before we use it. And there it is, quick little compost tea. We'll be back. Alrighty, and we're back down here. Come take the top off of there. And we can see nice and frothy. It's been about 18-ish hours, maybe 18 and a half. And this is the compost tea, now ready to use for us. We're gonna go ahead and start with it on the 2 girls that we got growing in the dresser. And the compost tea, you do want to use it all up once you're done. All right, now that we took it off, we're pretty much, yeah, you got to get rid of it. It's not something that you store. Here these are. I believe now 39 days of veg they've had. Just now got them transplanted. I imagine once they settle in here, we'll see them really take off a good amount in growth. All right, and I think these are each getting about 32 ounces of water. of the tea split between them, and there they are. They were a little dry, and I think that's gonna wrap it up for this. I think I'm gonna give them one more day of adjusting before I come in and try to do more training with them, just to make sure none of them experience any type of shock or anything. Don't want to overwhelm them. But yeah, 39 days of veg. And I think, yeah, wraps up this video. As y'all know, if you enjoyed it, found anything here helpful, do leave us a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with us. Channel's doing pretty good. Stay up to date by subscribing. Hit that bell, let you know when we drop. Another installment in Mellow Garden. We out.